Whoever said April showers bring May flowers obviously never lived in Minnesota. Well, this week, Toby and I are bringing you up to Rock Lake. This place is gorgeous. Come on, Toby. Feels like it's raining out here today, but it's just all the snow melting off the trees. A couple of days ago, we got dumped with some heavy wet stuff. I'm so ready for winter to be done with. The good news is the fire pit's not directly underneath the trees, so hopefully we won't get too wet this weekend. I'm actually surprised that this isn't more frozen than it is. Not finding a whole lot of junk in here either. Oh, except for that. 99 proof butterscotch. That sounds gross. We're just about ready to get a fire started. Looks good to me. Not much trash at all. Last week I talked a little bit about the history of the campsite that we were at. Well, this week we're going to talk about this place. It's got a pretty cool history too. It goes back to 1900s. That's when then Governor John Pillsbury donated 1,000 acres, this land, to the state, and it became the first state forest reserve. Then it turned into Minnesota's very first state forest. I'm pretty sure that I've told that story before. That's not the favorite part of this forest for me. The favorite part of this forest begins like 1952. Because that's when a man named Walter Stark got a job as a ranger in this forest. And he's the one that really turned it into kind of a tree nursery, into an actual place for recreation. Now this forest is 27,000 acres, well, a little over 26,000 acres, has 27 miles of horse trails and mountain biking trails. And the reason why I like the story so much is just because of how much Walter loved this land. Because see, back in the 50s, the state didn't have a lot of money to put into the recreation side of their state forests. So Walter took it upon himself to just do it. Didn't mess with any of the bureaucratic red tape. He had a bulldozer, he had a tractor, and he had some neighbors who needed help. So he traded the help with the equipment for them to come out here and bulldoze in like 48 campsites here. That's my kind of guy. The lack of funding wasn't the only issue that he was dealing with, because when he went to St. Paul originally to talk to him about putting in a campground, they told him that it requires some pretty extensive impact studies done on the lake and surrounding nature and habitat to see how it would be affected by a campground. That's when he decided that it would be a lot easier to just ask for forgiveness than permission and just put the campground in. Prior to becoming the forest ranger, Walter was in the Army and then also did a stint in the Conservation Corps. So he knew what it was going to take to get this campsite put together. Walter described himself as a hard-nosed Swede, and they hired him because he knew what he was doing. And he did exactly that. He put in this campground. That's pretty awesome. One of the neat things about this campground is how the lake spots don't have big setbacks from the water. Most of them have steps that lead right down to a swimming area. Some of the campsites are really private with a lot of space in between them. You can tell it was designed by somebody with experiencing nature first, rather than how many fees they were going to collect from each campsite. Yeah, it's been a beautiful day for a fire. I've been preparing a bed of coals for the Dutch oven. Tonight I'm going to be making a pot roast over the campfire. It's going to take a couple hours. First thing I got to do is preheat this. I had some briquettes in the truck, so I figured I'd use them up. It's going to give us a nice even heat. We're going to brown 2.5 pounds chuck roast in here. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. As soon as that gets warm, we'll put on the roast. A couple of months back, I made beef stew on the channel. I used chuck roast for it. Turned out awesome. So I'm hoping that tonight's roast will be the same. I also got some potatoes, carrots, onion, a secret packet, spice. I'll show you that. But first, I'm just going to take care of this. Come on, Toby. Now we're just gonna let it brown up on all 4 sides. It's okay if it even burns a little bit. That's just gonna add flavor. Let's check this out. What you didn't see, because I don't know what I'm doing, I added a Lipton onion soup packet, put it all over the roast. Now we're just going to add in our vegetables. What I got here is a whole onion, about 4 carrots, and probably 4 or 5 big potatoes. I'm going to add in just a little bit of beef broth. Not a whole lot, though. Once I can see it, it's good enough. There's going to be a lot of juice inside the roast, so we don't want to add too much. Now this is going to go sit on the fire. It's probably going to take 3.5 hours, but we'll check it after like an hour and a half. This might not be a conventional campfire recipe, but it's super simple. And this way it just sits and I get to forget about it for like the next 3 hours. Just concentrate on the lake. Man, it's beautiful out here. Come on, Toby. I can admit when I make mistakes. And I think I may have made a mistake because I should not have added the potatoes and carrots in quite so soon. I probably should have cooked this roast for probably like 2 hours and then added in the potatoes. I think it's going to be okay though. I cut the roast in half, hoping it'll cook a little bit quicker. It's still going to be good. It's still probably got another hour to go. What I've been doing is just adding wood to the one side. As it burns down, then I'll crush it up and push the coals underneath the Dutch oven. It's been working really well. I think I told you guys before, by no means am I a professional at this cooking stuff on a campfire. I get lucky sometimes. Sometimes I don't. I got lucky with the views tonight though. The trumpeter swans are hanging out on the other side of the lake tonight. But I did have that beaver come through and I've been seeing a lot of ducks. Pretty soon the loons will be back. They've got such a beautiful song. There are some ducks over here. Let's see if I can get a shot of them. I think it's about 40 degrees right now, but tomorrow is supposed to be even nicer. And that's when we're going to go through a walk in this campground. I'll see if I can't sneak up on some more ducks. I just can't get close enough to them. Well, the beaver's back. Beavers are so curious, I'm sure he'll be back again. Surprised he didn't splash though. I recorded that sunset on the other side of the campground. Now I gotta walk back in the dark. It is super quiet out here. I'm thinking supper should be done by the time we get back. I think I can smell the roast from here. Let's take a look at it. Well, it's pulling apart, but it honestly looks more like a stew than a roast beef, but it's still going to be good. One thing's for sure, food always tastes better when you're in the camper. Well, I'm going to have a little supper. I think we'll go sit by the fire for a little bit. This campsite's got cell phone service, so hanging out with Larry tonight for a little while. Looks like Toby fell asleep to Mason and Marty. I'm still going to go by the campfire though. It's like 30 degrees out here tonight. A beautiful moon. I can hear ducks, a beaver splashing around, some coyotes yipping in the background, warm fire. This is exactly why I come out here. You gonna be ready for this? I know my name's in the title, but the show is not about me. This is the Toby Show. It's time you earn your keep. Let's get out there. we'll show you this campsite. Like I said, there's 40 some odd spots here. This would be a great spot to do some late winter camping if you want to be all by yourself. The cool thing about this place is cell phone signal. There's homes around, so you don't feel like you're completely remote if you're just getting into camping and you don't want to be out in the woods by yourself. It's a really nice campground. The campsites here are $17 and you pay for them on the Yodel app. They don't have reservations, electricity, or running water, but they do have vault toilets and they have garbage service. They do have these hand pumps scattered throughout the park though. All the campsites on the lakeside have a perfect shot of the sunrise. And then the backside on the first loop got a great shot of the sunset. It's a win either way. We should see if they have the bathrooms locked or not. Guess I'm not sure. Hand sanitizer, toilet paper, everything you need. Trying to keep that camera straight on Toby's back is a losing battle. I hope we're able to get some footage out of it. Jeez, Toby, it's like that walk took it right out of you. Maybe it's time to go home. I didn't know if it was going to snow anymore last night or not, so I already cleaned up the campsite. All I got left to do is put in the slide. That's really about it. That is the nice thing about the truck camper. We packed up and out of here in 5 minutes. So you guys have been hanging out with Toby and me all weekend long. That's just about long enough. We'll do this again next Tuesday, unless I run into some problems. But my watch told me that I actually got 4 hours and 12 minutes of sleep last night. So I'm making progress. Until next week, be kind, be honest. We'll see you down the road. Toby, you ready to go home?